r/AskReddit, what's a deal breaker when it comes to dating? Poor hygiene. Male here, and I am sure I will get downvoted. If I find out my date has penis but identifies as a woman. Open relationship, hard pass for me. Apart from the clear red flags mentioned here, how a person processes and communicates their feelings usually makes or breaks relationships. Can't resolve conflicts if you can't talk to each other. Got a few. Smoking, disrespect, disregard of my feelings and lying. It's not a long list, but it's things I won't tolerate. If he wants me to have his kids or become a stepmom. No physical attraction. When it's obvious from their breath how much they smoke. Being on the phone all the time. Not being on the same page about wanting or not wanting kids. When she looks like Salma Hayek with makeup but without it looks like Danny Trejo. No bueno. Smoking, vaping or drugs. Honesty is. If someone isn't genuine or lacks honesty, that's a definite deal breaker for me. But hey, the right person will always value honesty as much as you do. Instead of discussing what's bothering them, they give you the silent treatment. Petulance, 100. She doesn't suck dick. Excess of the usual good stuff. My wife. You did not smell his bad breath before you started dating him. Me not getting along with his wife, woman shrugging. Having children. Dated one girl that was just super depressing. All she ever did was complain, but was also unwilling to do anything about the situation or just came up with excuses on why she couldn't do something. If they want kids. Also if they are religious or politically extreme. Bigotry and aggression. Somebody with weird, unappealing parents. Pet rats. Any kind of drugs including pot. The legality status doesn't matter to me. I don't care if they do it, I just don't want to be smelling that all the time for the rest of my life. Anybody who hates kids. I'm a mother. It comes as a package deal. I wouldn't expect him to suddenly become daddy, but he can't just outright hate my kids or expect to never see them if dating me. Illegal activity. I'm not talking about somebody who didn't mention when their sandwich rang up at a lower price for who accidentally walked out of a store and forgot to pay for one of the candy bars or some shit. I'm talking about illegally selling prescription drugs or stealing cars or scamming people online or white-collar fraud, such as stock market. I don't need that kind of shit in my life. Cheaters. I know a lot of people don't agree, but my personal opinion is that once a cheater, always a cheater. Once you have already convinced yourself that it's okay to cheat and lie and hide about it and sneak around behind somebody's back, it's much easier to do it over and over again. Being into me in the first place would be a huge red flag. If there's no carbon-14. Low half-life. Mind games. Social media. Poor hygiene, namely, teeth. I cannot stand awful teeth, sad face. Fat. Poor hygiene, no large career goals / path, bad attitude. Someone new telling me they don't use condoms. Giving me more attention when they think I'll get in bed with them instantly, and less when I say no. If she likes alcohol just a little too much. Once in a while is okay. She has a better beard than me. For me, cigarette smoking. Cussing. She craps her pants. When they don't want to date. This one is very specific, but it's when they have dated before, made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, the mistakes are not what bother me, and don't try to fix them or do better. Because all of the mistakes will be made again, and it shows that they're lazy and not worth your love. Extremely religious, smokes all the goddamn time, cigarettes, and no poly. I physically cannot stress that enough. I've got trauma tied to polyamory and I don't want anything to do with it. This might mean that your deal breakers are a person with no depth, an unkind heart, a selfish and inconsiderate person, or someone that lacks intellect. If you want substance, something like their attire, car, or current living situation won't be a deal breaker because it's all changeable. Doesn't smoke weed. First on your list should be hoarding. Then maybe heroin addiction and so on. Trust me. Emotional immaturity, closed-minded. If he wants kids, I don't want kids and I don't think you can compromise in this area. Dishonesty, etc. etc. Yeeps. Don't call me a girl. Insta-nah unless they just wanna be a fling. Also I like smart men. If he is rude, inconsiderate, or hard to talk to, yelling and swearing at me with no attempt at respectful communication when in a disagreement. I've got a few, not letting you have time with friends/family, this happened to me, gaslighting, constantly flirting with others, but gets mad when you simply want to discuss it, or just being an asshole, total deal breaker LOL. She's not interested in dating me. Kids. I'm way too young to deal with them. Mine's smoking, which is unfortunately common at my age in the US. Isn't on the same team and is playing against me. Lying and dishonesty. Dated one guy who wasn't honest with things at work. We worked together, and whenever I caught him doing something wrong and asked him about it, he would say things like what the boss doesn't know won't hurt him, and would also use that phrase for things related to his family. Gave him a chance and I did tell him that I didn't like what he was doing, but realized that if he could repeatedly do that without guilt at work with that as his motto, being with him wasn't gonna be good in the long run. From now on, anyone with an ex. The date being obsessed with themselves or continually talking about their ex-partners. My ex would treat his mom horribly, very condescending to her, treated her like his maid, would get into arguments with her over the smallest things. It rubbed me the wrong way. Moving forward, the biggest thing for me is seeing how someone treats their family, or just others in general. Porn. They want me. She's Pentecostal. Can't admit they're wrong or apologize when they are. Deal breakers in dating are things that are unacceptable to you, like dishonesty, lack of respect, or incompatible values. I'm happy no one so far has said a mental illness. I'm bipolar 1 and have been trying to find a partner in life for a while. Surprisingly bad teeth. Means you don't care for yourself in my book. I want to kiss you without worrying I'm going to contract some disease. If she has kids. If you don't like my dogs. No compatibility. No chemistry. Kids. She believes in astrology, or Wicca or any of that shit. She's into gossip/talks about other people all the time. Smoking. No interest in fitness/health. Not knowing what she really wants/not having goals. People who don't know what they want are basically adrift, can't trust them. Body count age/8, if you can't have a serious relationship/can't be single for more than 5 minutes you're def not my type. Not wanting kids. A high body count. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.